How's things, folks? You're very welcome to another episode of The Change Room. Absolutely chuffed to say that we have up-and-coming jockey, not just Irish jockey, but proud to say Sligo jockey, Darragh Keenan on the line. Darragh, how are you?
Yeah, good, thanks. How are you?
Not too bad now, not too bad. A big week for you. Just turned professional in the last couple of days, Darragh.
No, I rode my 95th winner there on Friday with a double, so it was nice to do that, and it's been going okay. I had a decent old winter there, so hopefully it keeps going, Yeah.
For anyone that's not up to speed with the race and lingo and that, Darragh, what does turning pro mean for you as a rider?
Basically, you get a weight allowance when you start off, so you get £7 off the horse's back, so you're carrying £7 less than the professional jockeys when you start off for your first 20 winners. When you ride 20 winners, then it goes down to £5 because you're getting more experience. And when you ride 50 winners, it goes down to 3 until you reach 95. Then when you get to 95, then you're off level weights with the likes of all the big boys,
Okay.
Yeah.
It's all to look forward to. So it just gets
tougher, exactly.
The higher you go.
Well, it'll get tougher now because I'll have to up my game and be as good as the rest of them. So hopefully I am, and I keep getting rides,
And in terms of getting rides, Darragh, is it a thing that you will be still riding for the same trainer, or are you constantly in a kind of like a shop window getting rides from different trainers, or how does it work?
You ride out for different people as well. Like I go into Chris Dwyer's, which is next but near John Ryan's, and I go into Robert Edry's, and I'm going into Mick Appleby's on Thursday, which is up near Suddle.
Yeah.
So I do that maybe once, going to different trainers maybe once or twice a week, depending on whenever they need me. Sometimes I might ride out at all for anyone else, but normally you jump on them at the gallop sometimes either.
And in terms of, let's say, the day-to-day schedule of a jockey, I'm always curious to know. Let's say, I believe you're riding this evening. You're riding all week this week, are you?
Yeah, riding all week. I've won tonight at, I think it's at 6:10 or 7:10, and I got 2 tomorrow at Kempton. I got 1 at Suddle on Thursday, and 2 so far on Friday. So
busy.
That's a bit busy all week, and it's busy enough. So yeah.
Talk to me about the schedule, Darragh, in terms of what's a day in the life of a jockey on race day. From you get up in the morning, is there a certain routine that you go through?
Basically, I get up every morning at 5:30, be in the yard maybe 6:15, and throw the tack on our horses, ride out maybe 4 to 5 lots, depends on how busy we are, And then you brush over your horses, throw the rugs back on them and all that, do them up and sweep the yard. When all the work is done, then I'll head off racing. Could be 2 or 3 hours in the car each way. Ride a few there. If you're wasting, it can be quite hard, but usually my waist's not too bad, so I'm lucky,
It's a long day, I suppose. I wouldn't have realised it was to that extent. I kind of had this this image in my head that you were chauffeured to the race course. You hopped on the horse, you hopped off. So you're up in the morning. You have a lot to do with the actual preparation of the horse as the day goes into the race.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, you'd be exercising them every morning, like, and everyone works together and gets the job done. They'll go up the gallops together, and they're basically trained. And I ride out every morning, every Sunday. I never really take a day off. And if you're, if it's not just a case of just waking up and going racing. I drive myself racing, then drive back. Sometimes you can be back late, and it's not as easy as it looks, but it's a good job when you enjoy it,
So you spend a lot of time on the road.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Spend my life in the car.
And do you travel and do you have the same team around you constantly, or do you have a bit of company with you on the journeys, or how does it work?
So I'm in Newmarket. There's plenty of jockeys around Newmarket, so sometimes we head off together, but I like to go on my own, and I can make my phone calls and look at me racing that myself, but a lot of the time I go with other lads,
In terms of a jockey's diet, Darragh, how does it work? Are you constantly watching your own weight? Obviously, sports nutrition is a massive thing in a lot of sports. Yeah. Has it kind of crept into the world of horse racing, or do you just do your own thing?
Oh, definitely. No, yeah, you have to watch your weight. Like if I got up in the morning, I could have 3 or 4 pounds to lose, before I go racing. So I have a hot tub here in the house because the saunas aren't working at the races anymore. They're not using them due to COVID. So might have to lose 2 or 3 pounds before I go race and come back from riding out in the mornings and get in the hot tub there for an hour or two, and you sweat a few pounds off and then head off racing. So I wouldn't eat much. I'm not mainly only really have 1 meal a day. I'd have a drink in the morning and that, but I wouldn't be having breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Like I just only have one. I'd really just have a little meal at the races when the food there, So
the long day, and do you find fatigue sets in, or is your body adjusted to that over time?
You get used to it. You just kind of plow through it. It's not too bad. You can get tired on the road sometimes, but that's not too bad.
And in terms of next week, obviously, it's one of the biggest events on the racing calendar. For those of us that are out of the loop, your racing expertise will be on the flat. Is that right? On
the flat, yeah. I was actually, on the flat, all on the flat. So my weight's light. So if I was go jumping, I'd have to carry a lot of lead. So it's a lot easier on the flat. It's a lot easier to get rides on the flat and less falls, and it's just a lot easier. But if I got heavy, like I would go jumping.
Okay, and is that something you might look to do in the future?
If I was heavy, I definitely would. But at the minute, my weight's good, and there's no point. If I start riding over jumps and got hurt, I'd ruin my career on the flat, So when things are going well on the flat, there's no point changing it,
And in terms of the tracks, I know you're in the UK. Myself now, I love a day out at the races. How are the tracks without the spectators? And have you found it's kilty atmosphere? Obviously, I know you're young, you're still starting out, but you still would have experienced the racetrack with and without supporters, or?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like the big meetings,
patrons, I should say, not supporters.
The big meetings like York and Ascot, you definitely notice because they'd be normally rammed and people everywhere. But when you go out on the track, you kind of forget about everything around you. You just concentrate on yourself. And you don't really notice it, but when you're walking in and that, it's real weird,
Yeah. Do you still get maybe nervous before a race, or are you accustomed to? No.
No, I never got nervous in my life, really.
No. That's good. You keep her cool.
Yeah, no, it's no point getting nervous.
In terms of, I suppose, I know you're probably blue in the face talking about it, but the world of racing, I suppose, was shook the last couple of weeks with the news and the images of Gordon Elliott. Obviously, look, the man made a mistake. It is what it is. How have you viewed that whole scenario the last couple of weeks?
Look, it wasn't a nice picture to look at. Like no one that I know, I'm sure that he knows would do that, but I couldn't figure it out myself. But it's obviously just one of those things. He's paid the big price for it, and he's getting well punished for it. So he wouldn't. I'm sure it was just a genuine mistake. I couldn't see a man like him trains that many winners, and he has so much respect for horses. Says you don't get where he has today without having respect for horses and care for them. So it genuinely, I don't think it was something he didn't intend to do to look bad. It was just one of those things, and he's paid the price, and it's going to cost him a fortune, and he won't be doing that anytime soon again.
Yeah, I think he certainly made a mistake. It is going to cost him, obviously, with his reputation and financially, but I think maybe some of the stuff that we've seen on social media over the last few weeks probably has been a bit over the top, to be honest with you. I think everyone makes mistakes, and
it was.
Yeah, he'll pay the lesson. He's obviously, I'd imagine, still going to be a respected figure in the racing game. He's obviously such a huge name in the game.
Yeah, like the amount of horses he has and the pressure that man would be under would be unbelievable. And the last thing he's thinking of is what these pictures are going to go around of. You know what I mean? And that doesn't happen in racing yards.
Yeah.
You'd have a lot of people thinking, "Oh, is that what goes on?" But no, that doesn't go on. That's just it was unbelievable to watch. Everyone was shocked by it, really.
Well, it obviously just goes to show when you said there that you're up at 6:30 in the morning or 5:30 in the morning and you're preparing the horse. There's obviously a lot of love for the animals.
Oh, definitely. They're like people. If you're around them all the time, you see their different personalities, and they're like people. And when they go and or be sold at all, you'd miss them,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think on behalf of everyone in Sligo, Darragh, not just Ireland, we're extremely proud of you. We've been following you here in the shop over the last while. You could hear EJ letting away roar in the office when you might have a winner landing in, or a couple of swears when you don't. But no, we're all very, very proud of you here. It's brilliant that you've turned pro, and we wish you absolutely nothing but luck in the future, Darragh. And I want to thank you for coming on today.
Thanks very much. Thanks, I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
My pleasure, Darragh. Take care.